Welcome to PaleriderTV. Cargo theft? Come on. You know how to protect your load from getting stolen. Lock it up or take precautionary measures to not get your load stolen out of your trailer or even the whole trailer and everything. So I got this article here off of Transport Topics. We're going to take a little look here, see what they got to say. And let me do this. Share the screen. Click that, and there we go. Yeah, transport topics, perspective, knowing cargo theft risk. It's a pretty good article. I was reading it a while ago. I said, let's check this one out. As shippers continue to contend with supply chain disruption, they're simultaneously experiencing another risk historic levels of cargo theft. As thieves get more brazen and creative, it's important for everyone in the supply chain, shippers and carriers alike, to recognize the risk and know how to counter them. In just the past year, 60% of retail small and mid-sized businesses have been rocked by theft, according to software firm Capterra's 2022 Cargo Theft and Reverse Logistics Survey. Ooh, that's a mouthful. In order to prevent cargo theft, it's important for everyone in the industry to first know new tactics thieves are using, such as fictitious pickups, which we have seen coming through our automated claim system. For example, a gang recently responded to a reefer cargo post it found on a load board using another carrier's FMCSA number. The unscrupulous driver and dispatcher convinced the shipper that they worked for the company and they were given the all clear to pick up a load valued at more than $250,000. Wow. From the shipper's perspective, everything looked good. With load tracking functional, they kept a vigilant eye on their shipment as it traveled towards its destination. But then the truck continued on and alarm bells went off. Yeah, they just kept on going right past the load's destination. The shipper called the trucking company on its official phone number and discovered they had never, ever dispatched a truck on their behalf. As this was happening, the criminals were disabling the tracking devices, and the trailer and load were never seen again, never recovered. Wow. Shippers and carriers also need to be careful about what information they're providing about shipments. Valuable shipment details should be limited to a need to know basis. For example, labeling a shipment of gold could attract unwanted attention. There you go. If you're shipping gold, you might not want to say the shipment is gold. Of course, some things never change, and thefts of tractor trailers, particularly when left unattended, remain at risk. The simple fact is that cargo at rest is cargo at risk. Hmm. Cargo at rest is cargo at risk. That makes sense. Past knowing the risk, we can all help to protect against theft. For shippers, thoroughly vet your potential carrier partners via the FMCSA, web searches, and third party vetting services to protect against a fraudulent pickup. Check out your carrier partner's cargo security philosophy and ensure that they're as committed to protecting your freight as you are. That includes everything from pre hire background checks and cargo security devices to cybersecurity protocols and avoiding stops in cargo theft hotspots. Now, we should get a warning on a DriveWise thing that certain areas of the country will send you a message that you were coming into a high cargo theft area, so had to be careful. Meanwhile, carriers should have policies and procedures that they can share with clients and potential clients, which include background checks, dispatch and security, equipment tracking, check calls, out of route response, and training. Carriers also should be prepared to be challenged by their shippers and 3PLs on these issues and be ready to respond to concerns. Moreover, for shippers, avoid packaging labels that put a target on your load and limit shipment details to those who truly need to know. Carriers should also be prepared to be challenged by their shipper on these issues. Also, consult, consult risk management professionals for best practices, insights, SOP support, and proper security procedure guidelines. Then hold your people accountable for following their procedures and provide ongoing training to employees to spot suspicious activity and where to report it. Wow. I would secure your warehouse. So I'm going to go read over these. Just go right over these. Keep going. It's also good to consider ways to protect cargo before it even leaves. Shippers can protect their valuable loads with all risk shippers center policy to address. Most carrier liability policies do not cover theft, especially fictitious pickups. So it's important to be sure that you have the proper coverage. Carriers should also avoid making themselves a target and all that good stuff. It's a wild world out there, but a thoughtful approach to cargo theft prevention. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah, over the years, I've dealt with having secure loads, high value loads, high value shippers, and the things you had to go through to even get into the gate are pretty strict, pretty high security. You got to show your ID, your driver's license, and stuff like that. And back when I was with EPS, back in the 90s, we had a very high value shipper, and we had to do check calls every 2 hours. We had to, once we left the shipper, we had to drive, what was it, 3 hours or 150 miles before we could even stop. So you had to make sure everything was good to go. To drive 150 miles or 3 hours straight before you stop, but you had to do a check call every time you stopped, every couple hours or whatever it was. You got parked for the night. You had to make sure you were in a secure area, preferably under a street light, and if possible, if you could back the back of the trailer up against a wall or a pole or something to keep people from getting inside. But you had to have a double lock. They had these big locks used to put on the back of the trailer doors, keep trying to keep people out. But I never had any issues. Some of the other drivers, they'd go leave with the high value loads, go to the truck stop, run inside real quick, leave the truck on the fuel island with it running unlocked. And they come out to their truck and it wouldn't be there anymore. It'd be history. And it'd be a couple days and the truck in the empty trailer would show up somewhere. But they clean out the trailer, give the truck and trailer back, and they were done. That was an easy million, $2 million what they made right there. So even some of the trucks they had set up where you had to, most aggravating truck I think I ever drove, had to enter a passcode on a keypad before you even crank over. You turn the key on, do your passcode, then crank the engine. That was the most aggravating thing. And if you try to start it up and push the brakes in, it would send the alarm to the main terminal and they would be calling you on the phone or sending you a message on the Qualcomm or something. Make sure it was you that was trying to leave or not somebody else. It was ridiculous, but I guess it worked. I don't know. So let me know down in the comment section what kind of security measures y'all take to try to prevent cargo theft. The risk is on the rise. And if you rest, the cargo's at risk. One of the words, one of the phrases in this article. So I appreciate everybody watching. Everybody have a good day and stay safe.